Good morning, everybody. Do you hear me? Yes, you do. Okay. I would like to say a special thank you to Dr. Miller. Without her, nothing would happen here. Can you give her an applause? Please do. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. And to Dr. Slavic, he's my assistant today here. I was taking care of my body recently, very much so, and I broke my shoulder. That's how we take care of the body at the times, okay? When we go to the extremes. I was biking in Ljubljana, and that's what happened. So I'm a little handicapped today. That's why I brought my assistant here. He's a mechanic or engineer, doctor of mechanics. So I'm certain that he's going to provide us with the best, nothing but the best. Okay, instead of reading you that long lecture, which is being published in your brochure, I'm going to show you the case of the real therapy, what it means to take care of the body in the therapy. You are in the Freudian city, and Sigmund Freud actually started with this. It's been long away from him, and it's being the psychoanalysis departed from him quite a bit from that point. But the body is still very important. And what we talk about body today is something very different. The body is a sanctuary, it's a sacred place, it's our home, and it's something that is ever going to be with us. You're never going to depart from your body, so we'd better be friends with our body. And if you can just start, the body always tells the truth. When it cannot, it gets ill. And that's what we're going to talk about today. I have a couple wives being abused physically and sexually in her life. And now she is married with a very estranged husband, as it probably you can imagine. Why? Because her body would not allow her to have any intimacy. That's how the body tells you the truth, always. And remembers, especially the most significant events from the past. Our body remembers those things, we call it implicit memory, things that you never even know. But when you get in touch with somebody who is intimate with you, all of a sudden your body starts talking. You become frozen, handicapped, you cannot speak, men do know that. All of a sudden, there's nothing. And women would say something, and you would say, what can I say? The body would not allow you to say anything. That's the body, that's why it's the sanctuary. And you can go further. The body repeats and acts out unresolved emotional issues. That means panic attacks, all kinds of phobics we have in our lives. All of a sudden you become stunned, you feel ashamed, you feel handicapped, frozen, and you cannot talk because your body is not going to allow you. And when this comes from, well, especially from those first 3 years of our lives, when we've been touched by your mother's, father's, significant others, and at that very point we did get those information, and we do act on them all through our lives. And how the body resolves those things, well, you need to get in touch with somebody, with a therapist, with a husband, wife, and that's how, through the relationship, you're going to resolve that. And we just go into the video. I'll stop you a couple of times so you will see. I hope that the voice is going to come back, but you have the subtitles in English. The video is originally made in Slovenian language. The couple is real. They gave me the permission to do that. Okay?
Mogoče, da mene še bolj utrine, ne? Ne vem, je še ena večja razlika, še bolj nedostopna oziroma.
Zakaj ne dovoli, da bi ta moški se enkrat sam uredil?
Mislim, da se bojim, ker pri očetu pa mami si glih takole nekako začeli to pričati. ličkanje in potem je prišlo v tepež.
Razumem. Ampak kaj bi se povašla, kaj bi se zgodilo, če bi temu, ki je enostavno rekla, poslušaj, zmeni se to z očetom, ki ste realno so tali pa čist dogovorila, kaj bi tvegala?
Da me ne bi imel rad?
What? Okay, here she's associating love and acceptance with no violence. She has to calm down the man in order to receive love and acceptance. What a connection. The presenting problem being their estranged relationship, first of all, and second of all, that particular child of theirs, of whom she is very afraid, like she's been afraid of her father all her life, because she's been beating her up, and her mother is never being a protector, and so we're going to see what's going to happen. Her body remembers everything. She can talk. She's a very intelligent woman. She can express herself anytime. She's very articulate. But when it comes to the emotions, she's handicapped. That's how the body remembers.
Ja.
Globoko je to.
Ja.
Ok, eno so zdaj ti pretepi, ki so tako očetom, mami je treba tega očeta umiriti čim prej, ker sicer pošlo do konca. A je tam tudi imeti rad tam?
Mislim, da ja, ne. Mislim, tam ni bilo nikoli besede rad imeti nekoga, je ni. Na veselnjaku in nikoli ni noben mu rekel, da ima kdo koga rad, oče, mama ali pa jaz, ne.
Plačaš potem toliko čustvo, toliko umirjenosti, toliko žrtvuješ, tokrat prav miriš mu Jezu, pogledaš ga spravo spadko. Ne bo več tega dela.
Tako.
Je to čisto stalo v organizmu pri vas?
Ja, to ima z mamo zelo podoben, ne. Tako kot ti mama očita, jaz to žiga. Je tako?
Ja, zelo podobno. To se je v tem toku, ki so že razvili, da sploh ne spregledaš.
Tudi, kaj je imel on.
Those are the residues, we call it, that stay in our body. Violence does stay in our body. We have a special organ called it amygdala here in the subcortical area. And the amygdala actually remembers everything. Who do you get attracted to? Who do you love? Why do you love somebody? Why do you get in love with somebody who is, to everybody's estimate, the wrong person? Well, you cannot help it, because the amygdala is going to tell you what to do. And it takes a great deal of thinking and emotional processing in order to get somebody who is going to be really your partner. And this is the case of the two of them. There is no violence between the two of them, but she is very afraid of him anyway. Whatever he does is frightening to her. That's why she became an estranged wife. Because her amygdala remembers. It does remember. It does remember.
Mama mene naprej porine, ne? A je tako pri očetu, da v bistvu za tebe umirimo?
In pri Janezu tega ni treba delati.
Ne. Ker sem se zaobljubila, da ne bom jaz pri moškem ambermu tako delala. Sam žiga pa moja kri.
She consciously decided, she's very cognizant, very much aware of what's been going on in her life. So she decided that she's not going to repeat that story with her husband. But here is the son who reenacts, brings back the old material all over again. And that emotional turmoil is here back again, just like it never passed. That's why we call it that the past for those people is still lives in the present. There is no present for them. They live in the past.
Čuj,
Look at her gestures, how she's frozen.
In pod pripadnost v tem se iščeš.
Ja.
Se drugače ne pripadaš, moraš iti takoj naprej, vse posod te porivaje, vse se možno dela, greš preko sebe. Ampak je te telo mora zamrzniti, da vam to dela. Ker radaš res avtomat.
Ja, sej, mislim, da je to pri meni sigurno avtomat.
To become a machine. I'm just a machine. Automatically acting, reacting.
Ker jaz sem jo videl, ne, ker v bistvu je bila tako nemirna pega, dejansko tisti nemir v njej, ne, da išče ene odgovore.
Je totalno sočutje.
Ja, sigurno. Nisem niti pozredoval v ta njen nemir za eno svojo idejo ali pa, ne, ker jaz sem si enostavno želel res, da se pa zdaj ta oseba v tem tednu, če tako rečemo časovno, pa res na kak način, ne vem, sprosti. Vse se je, ne? Mislim, da se je zelo dobro takrat počutila, no, moram reči.
Zelo dobro počutila je istočasno.
Želela sem si na morju strašno in lepo mi je bilo s tem, da nisem razmišljala nič vseh, ne? Sem školka nabila, tudi sem si delala. Nekje v eni fazi sem ostala, se mi zdi, nekje sem se tudi
I would say that this shell is the symbol of hers, collecting shells down at the seashore. What a shell, fragile, brittle, full of emptiness, we would say, and anguish and despair. That's who she is. That's how she feels in her body.
Dalje nekaj nezamrznenosti smo ostali, zato se čuti, ker vi tudi tlej se sprostite, pa spet vlada tista grozna nesnova, ne. Vedno, ko govorimo o teh nasilnih moških, ne. Je treba to lažiti. Treba vse skalkulirati, točno živiš vsak premik, vsaki. Vsega tega prijavno zvoni.
to, kar sem v bistvu vse življenje iskala, sem našla. Mislim, vse življenje, kar sem si želela.
In kaj bi se zgodilo z vami, če bi se vključili? Kaj bi se?
What would happen if you would relax? She cannot relax. It is impossible to relax because all those painful feelings and emotions are going to come up. That's why people cannot relax. That's why we become workaholics. That's why we use drugs. That's why we abuse liquor. We drink too much wine or a beer. In order to silence our body. Because the body is never going to give up. It's going to speak. It's going to speak.
Sploh si ne znam predstavljati, da bi se spustila, ker se po meni tega toliko. Mislim, da je to bila samo še kapljica čez rob.
Okay, and this is the most crucial event, excruciating pain in hers. She reveals that she had an affair with somebody who was violent as her father was, drinking heavily and beating her up, her lover, an extramarital affair. So she decided to take that man to the institution, to the hospital, to get healthy. She did just about everything for him. She risked her relationship with her husband, actually. She was on the verge of divorce. She risked her dignity, she was shamed, everything. but she couldn't help herself. That's what she said. Okay, of course we have a choice and we can help ourselves. But in this case, she said, well, that was an automatic thing. I didn't think. I just was on the mission. I have to do something for this man because he is so powerless, helpless, and everything else. You know what alcoholics are. So she did take him to the treatment, followed him through, escorted him through every single stage. But at the end, what happened? He abandoned her, just like her father did. And at that point, her body started to process those emotions differently.
Tam se je Darja v svojej krutosti čisto vse ponoviti. To boli, ker se tudi tam hotla Darja spet nekega moškega reči, menira, urediti ga.
Če sem ga?
In pol odide. A je to pa strah, prijatelj? Da on je pourejen, umirjen, da bo se kar čovek se. Je nevarno navezati na njega, ker potem preveč boli.
Ja, jaz mislim, da je veliko v tem. Ker jaz recimo ne morem reči, da sem sploh nekoga navezana. Sem na Janeza kot svojega zaščitnika, ampak sam kot svojega zaščitnika, ne kot moškega. Ne. In pa moji otroci so pa pač, to je pa čisto materinsko ljubezen. Ne. Čeprav se bojim, da delam razlike. Kar jih, sigurno jih. Ker ta malo ima značaj Janeza.
Dali, če bi videli sonce, skušala tam kaži. To je toliko pogrešen.
Ja.
A ta punčka lahko joka?
Ne, nikoli nisem res jokala otrok.
Nikoli ste, ko se je vse umirilo, kaj ste? Dva dvobna pokita za adrenalino, da v bistvu
Ja.
od utrujenosti.
Jezna sem bila v bistvu bolj na koncu že, ker bil skozi po istem principu. Fater se je zaprl v svojo sobo, mama je pol jokala, se je meni tiščala, ker da ne vem, rešila svet. In sem bila jezna pol, pa sploh, ko se je to ponavljalo, ker sem vedela, da drug dan bosta pa lepo prijatelja. Ja.
To, da se ne nič zgodilo.
Tako da, jaz mislim, da sem se vse tudi tako, ne, sem rekla, ne boš me videl jokati, pa ne boš videl, da bom jokala, ne, pol. Fotre sem kol pozabila, ko sta se enkrat spet ravsala, ko sva se s fotrom gledala, to z oči v oči, kar redko doživiš pa v očetu. Mama, ne vem, nekje smo vmes se nekaj vdala in sva se gledala, tista jeza na eni, jeza na drugi. In tega mislim, da bom kol lahko pozabila, tako zelo to mesno.
Oba se gleda.
Oba sem se gledala tako sovražno, kot najboljš sovražnika. Jaz pa bolj.
Kaj je to stiske tam? Veste, začutila, kako že ti pojava njem in se ni umiril.
Ja.
In kaj pa on rekel? On ni prepoznal te punčke, torej totalna stiska, ki se mogoče v te sovraštvo že prevedila. To je pokazalo se. On ni tega razumel.
Mislim, če bi lahko tisti moment zamrznil, ko sem jaz njega gledala, to je bilo kar ene par momentov, to ni bilo samo tako, ne, ker on je mamo z ene strani držal, jaz sem je pa z druge, v bistvu grozen in sva se gledala in to, on bi zamrznil tisti moment, če bi lahko zamrznil. Na koncu, kar let bi dal to. Tukaj sem. In to je edini prizor, ki se ga jaz spomnim, drugače bo vse več ali manj po ustaljenem redu, bom rekla.
Da se je ta punčka želela, da bi njene oči zamrznile očeta.
Ja.
Okay, you're never going to see me cry again. I'm never going to complain. And nobody's ever going to know who I am and what my needs are. That's the body. The body is the sanctuary. It's the most sacred place we have. I hope you enjoy a little bit. Thank you very much, Dr. Miller, again, for inviting me here. And have a nice morning again, okay? Thank you.